toutes et à tous. Bienvenue sur ce nouvel épisode du Nawari podcast pour votre dose de Soninké. Donc aujourd'hui, nous avons la chance de recevoir Dado Camara. Donc Dado Camara est une psychologue qui nous vient du Danemark. Et oui, au Danemark aussi, il y a des Soninké, nous sommes partout. Et du coup, étant donné qu'elle est là, aujourd'hui, on va parler en anglais et en Soninké. Welcome Dado to the Nawari podcast.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
Thank you for
I'm doing
inviting me.
great. Amo,
Jom po something, jom bana ni
kadun
mo
ko.
po something.
Okay, great.
Mm.
For our English viewers, so this is the Nawari podcast. The Nawari podcast is dedicated to the Soninke culture. And today we have a Soninke psychologist from Denmark. Her name is Dado Camara. And we are very happy to have her.
Thank you.
Dado, first of all, so I would like to know why your parents chose Denmark, if you know that.
Yeah, like my dad, he said it was by a mistake. He was supposed to go to the US.
Okay.
So he took a plane to Denmark. And then he arrived and he found out it was a good country. So he stayed there.
Okay.
Yeah, he was not supposed to be in Denmark. He was supposed to go to LA, California.
Okay. Any regrets about that?
No, he's so happy.
No, you.
Me, I'm so happy I didn't end in US, especially now.
You're right.
Yeah, so I'm so happy that we end in Copenhagen.
Good.
Yeah.
So tell us about you, about your childhood, growing up in Denmark.
In Denmark, yeah. We came to Denmark when I was 2 years old, me and my little brother and my little sister and my mom. And we joined my dad in Copenhagen. And we grew up in an all Danish society, both the kindergarten and the school. And it's a very good country, and the Danish people are very sweet. And we had a lot of activities, and our parents, both of them were working. But in the home, we were speaking Soninke and having the Soninke culture. So, of course, we also was impacted by, the Danish culture, like, Noel, Christmas and everything. So they implanted every good thing from the Danish culture and every good thing from the Soninke culture and make it a whole culture of awesomeness.
Great,
Yeah.
great. So you were born in Mauritania?
Yeah, I was born in Nakshot.
Okay, so you and all your siblings?
Me and my brother was born there, and Bambi, she was born there too, but she was a few months when she came to Denmark.
Okay, so you're the eldest?
I'm the eldest one.
Okay, so you're the eldest.
Yeah.
2 years old, you don't remember of anything?
No, 3 years old, I don't remember anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you and your brother and your mom came to Denmark?
And Bambi.
Had Bambi was born in Denmark?
No, she came when she was a few months. So my mom had her as a baby.
Okay.
So she's also born in Nakshot.
Okay. Great. Okay.
Yeah.
So what was your dad doing? What was his
My
job?
dad is an engineer. He was working in Attar in Selek. So he was one of the bosses there. And I think there was a political conflict in Mauritania. So my dad, he chose to leave the country.
Okay.
Yeah. So he went to Denmark, but he was supposed to go to the US.
I see.
So we ended up in Denmark by the mistake, but the best mistake ever. Because we had a very good childhood there and went to university there. And my parents are still living there. And my siblings are working and living there.
Great.
Yeah.
And how is it growing up as a little black girl in Denmark?
Like I was the only black girl there in my class, but I didn't feel different. I don't know why. The Danish people, they're very good at including you, and you are one of them. So we didn't really face racism like that. We just grew up with my classmate, and we still have contact today. So for me, it was not hard. But I imagine maybe some other people who grew up in Denmark could have a hard time, but we didn't.
Alhamdulillah.
Because Denmark, they do not have a directly racism like that. Of course, they're racist, but it's not directly towards you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you talked about the mixed culture that you had. So it was Danish culture at school and in the society. And at home, it was fully Soninke.
Soninke.
So, as a kid, of course, you can't process all the methods. But now that you grew up, what do you remember the method that your parents put in place for you to speak Soninke at home?
Yeah. As a little black girl, it was complicated because, I had a lot of languages. I was speaking Soninké and Danish. But what they did was they gave me a gift. So when I came home, we spoke Soninké. And they made me watch, Soninkara and all the videos about Soninke story and all the marriages and everything and all the, culture stories from our culture. Because our culture is very rich. It's not because we don't know it, but because my parents told me, I knew more. Yeah, so I was very, very happy that I knew the culture and they told me all the stories. And it made me very proud to be a Soninke because as a little child, what is Soninke? I didn't know what Soninke was. For me, I was just Danish, like
Exactly.
everyone else. Yeah, I looked different. My hair was different, but I still feel like Danish. But when I learned about my story and how rich and royal we are, I got very proud.
Great.
Yeah.
Your
And
parents did a great job.
thank you. Thank you.
They did an amazing job because I guess you were not a lot of Soninke or even African out there.
No, I think we the only Soninke family
To
in
this
Denmark.
day?
In Denmark, in
Amazing.
not even in Copenhagen, in Denmark.
Wow.
I know one from Gambia, Soninke from Gambia. That's the only one. We didn't have Soninke there.
Okay.
Yeah, so that my parents they learned us the language and kept our culture. I don't know how they did it, but they did a very good job.
Great. So now let's go back to, I mean, we're going to talk about your job and
Yeah.
then we go back to Africa. So you're a psychologist.
Yeah.
So what is your academic background?
My academic background, I have a bachelor in social science, which I have psychology in it and trauma and all of those things. And then I have a master's in African studies with the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you always wanted to be a psychologist? Or
Always. Like my dad say, I was born a psychologist.
why did you say that?
Because I always fixed people's problems. Since I was 9 years old, 8 years old, and my friends had problems, I was the one who will come and speak with them and trying to find a solution. So I always been like that. Also with older people, they were very drawn to me and Dado, can you help me with this? And I will come and speak and trying to figure out where the trauma was, how I could help, I could contact the people to help them move on to the next problem. So like I'm almost born,
To be a psychologist?
yeah, and yeah, in social science and psychologist, yeah,
Great.
yeah,
So you also said Africana studies?
yeah, African studies,
So sorry, African studies.
yeah.
So what is it? What is
African
African
studies
studies?
is the communication of the African continent, where we learn about the story, we learn about how to communicate with my continent and the story behind it and everything. So African studies is a lot of studies in one. It's both communications, journalists, therapists, everything about the African continent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as a psychologist, now I mean you've been working for some years now. So psychology is a Western science.
Yeah.
So there is the cultural part that you can add in it.
Yeah.
How do you do with your patients? If you have patients from different backgrounds, do you have to integrate that culture in it? Or?
Yeah, because when I went to Senegal in 2017, I was there because I was on my master's in African studies and wanted to study, the Senegalese mentality and the problems they had in the socialists around women. So I went there to work for the UN to figure out how they were thinking and violence and everything and trauma. So when I came there, I came with a mindset of an European when it comes to social science, social work, and therapists. So I came there and I was so surprised because the culture was different. For them, I would just say, can you not just leave your husband or can you just leave your husband because he's a violent man? They will not leave because of the culture that was there. She's told me, but if I leave, I don't have any place to be, any place to eat, and my parents, they'll be embarrassed of me. So there was a culture there. There was a trauma there. But I came as an European woman and was thinking I could fix it with that. And I found out, no, I have to know about the Senegalese culture. What is the culture of the Senegalese? And the religion. Where's the religion behind? Because a lot of them was talking about it's haram to do this and that, do this and that. And then I was trying to work from their side of thinking and use their culture and the way they were thinking to help them.
I see. So
Yeah.
this was an internship, or was it actually a job?
It was an internship,
Okay.
but yeah, we were
Yeah, I
paid.
mean it's still a job.
Yeah, we
I
were
mean it's
paid.
just
Yeah, yeah,
it's just the title.
yeah.
So you went to Senegal,
Mm-hmm.
2017, you
Yeah,
said, just before COVID.
2017. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
So I have another question
Yeah, of
for
course.
for you regarding the work. So you said you've worked with refugees, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
So how could you how did you support them? Because psychology, I mean, actually, I
Mm.
can't say psychology is not something we have,
Mm.
because in our culture we talk. We
Yeah.
talk a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we have groups where we talk about our issues or
Mm-hmm.
traumas, etc.
Mm.
But psychology is a science
Mm.
where you have one patient
Mm.
and you talk about them.
Yeah.
Was it difficult to implement it? How people accepted it? Did they accept it?
They didn't accept it to start
Mm,
with
okay.
because they didn't trust me.
Hmm.
Like they said, you come from a background of Danish and you come here with privilege
Mm.
and telling us how to live our lives. So I had to get their their, what do you call it? I get to
The
them
trust.
to accept me and understand me. So first they were saying, but we have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I say, of course we do have. And they say, for us it's therapy to talk with the imam, to talk with the woman in the mosque and everything. So why should we talk to you? Why do you feel like you are better than them? And I say, I don't feel better than anyone, but because I can maybe give you some skills for your head not to explode. Because the problem is, I gave them this example I'm still giving people. If you hurt your arm, if you broke your arm, you will go to the hospital, right? If you break your head, it's the same thing. You need someone to talk to. And that can be a person from the mosque. It's not a problem. That can be you, Mohammed. But because I have the skills, I know how to handle the trauma and not make it bigger, I'm a little bit different. But you can use whoever you want, I told them. And then little by little, I got them to accept who I am.
Exactly. And being African yourself,
It helped.
it helped, right? Okay.
Yeah, it helped.
Good.
Mm.
So in your African studies title, you also work on the diaspora.
Yeah, I do.
So whether in the diaspora or in Africa,
Mm.
I mean, you answered a little bit, but how would you describe the relationship of, let's say, Black people or African people towards psychology and mental health?
Like here in Senegal or like
I mean,
generally?
in the diaspora,
In diaspora, in the
yeah,
Soninké
because
diaspora?
I mean, Black
African?
diaspora African, because I
African.
think I'm not sure of it, but I think it's quite the same.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like your
To
view
answer.
about it.
What I experience with the Black diaspora is to go into the therapist is not something people do, especially the men.
Okay.
They do not go to a
It's always
therapist.
us.
Yeah, it's always the men.
Okay, always us.
Always your favorite.
Okay.
You're not going because I don't know what it is. It's not a culture of going. It's like it's embarrassing to go to a place because if you go to a therapist, it means that you're crazy. This is how I got the experience I got. They say, I'm not crazy, Dad. I'm like, you're not crazy because you're going to a therapist. You're just human who have trauma you want to talk about. Men have a lot of pressure because they are the one who are leading the families. They're the one who will work and support. If their head is not there and they feel overworked, it's going to be a problem. I have a lot of men who are writing to me on LinkedIn, can you help me? I'm working too much. I don't know how to get money. I don't know how to support my family. I don't know what to do. But they feel embarrassed to come and talk to me.
Okay.
So the Black diaspora therapist is not a psychologist is not something they go to. It's very rare. But the new generation who are 16, 17, 18, they're beginning to accept going to a therapist if you do not feel okay.
Okay.
So I'm seeing a change in the generation, our generation, and the new one who is here.
Okay. So now people are more accepting of it.
Accepting. You're not crazy because you're going to a therapist. I can even hear my dad saying on the phone to his cousins, to his neighbors, go to a therapist, call a
Okay.
therapist. And I'm like so surprised because my dad, in 10 years back, he will not do that. Or my mom, who grew up in Darfur, and therapist was something you do not go out and talk about our problems to a stranger
You're right.
who can tell it to other people. she's saying,
Sutura.
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 Exactly, sutura.
Mahfogode?
She's saying, fonanga, daga, inandema, anasefe, ken fit yagu fit kenga. So it's changing.
Okay. Little by little.
Little by little.
It's going to take time.
It's going to
because
take time.
I think, as you said, there is this thing where I'm not crazy. And I think there's also this thing where it's you don't want to show your weakness.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm a man. If I go to a psychologist, it means that I have an issue. It means that I'm weak. And as you said, there's also these trust issues. Okay?
Exactly.
Because I want my problem to stay with me. But you talked a little bit about it.
Yeah.
Because, for Soninké people, most of us are Muslims.
Yeah.
So there is this thing where we think that it may be a problem of faith, because we are not close enough to God. That's why we have our issues.
Yeah.
You answered a little bit, but how do you explain to someone who has issues and is like, it's maybe my relationship to God. I should pray more. I should fast. What would you tell them?
I had a couple patients who came and said exactly what you just said. And I say to them, it's not about that your faith is not strong enough. Maybe this is a test for you. Like us Muslims, we go through tests from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is one of them. And maybe you need a person to help you. Maybe it's God who put the person in front of you to help you. I'm the one who's being used to that. It's not because you're not praying enough or you're not fasting enough. Right now you're going through this and you need someone to help you. And maybe it's through God that he put that test.
Exactly.
Yeah. And they say, oh, okay, yeah, I understand now. So it's not about that I'm weak. So no, it's not about that. God know that you're going to go and get help. It's not illegal in Islam to go and get help. It's not illegal to go to the doctor. It's not illegal to go to the therapist. It's the same thing. It's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who put that in your road. It's nothing to be, embarrassed about. Yeah. So, but I understand what they mean. I do.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you for your answers regarding psychology.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk a little bit about Africa.
Yeah.
Because what I didn't say is that you're also an entrepreneur. You're the co-founder of a co-working space in Senegal. So, besides the Soninké and African environment that you had at home, at first I thought that you were born in Denmark. But what was your first encounter with Africa? Because at 2, I guess you don't remember anything.
I don't remember, no.
But when was the first time you went back to Africa?
Africa. Like we went back when I was to visit the family when I was, I think, 7 or 8. And there was my grandparents and my cousins. Oh, sorry. We used to go to Paris also.
Okay.
Where we have a lot of cousins and uncle and aunts. So it's there I found the African community and I found out there was other Black people, not just my family. So it was very nice to meet those environments. So we went to Mauritania and I met my grandparents and my cousins and found out the warmth in Africa. The warmth of being surrounded by family, speaking the language, and especially the food. I found out a safe place. And this is why, as little, I always been drawn to go back to my continent, to go back to my country. And this is why I took African studies, to even read about diaspora even more and understand the mentality behind every country in Africa.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. So, as I said, so you went back to Mauritania, see the family. So you know your family, you know your roots. Now, you've been living in Senegal for how many years now?
Oh, I came 2017. I went back and forth until now. I think I moved in 2023.
Okay.
And was there 2 years.
So the question I had, was that something that you had planned or always wanted to do? So
always,
it's something you always wanted to do?
Yeah.
How was the integration in Senegal? Because you're Danish. You speak English, you speak Danish,
no French.
you speak Soninké.
Yeah.
You went to Paris, so you've been used to hearing French.
Yeah, and my dad, he speaks French also, so I've been used to that in the childhood.
But how was it going to a Wolof-speaking country and French-speaking country when you could only speak Soninké?
Yeah.
How was
I was very, very lucky because I lived with my aunt. who was Soninké.
Okay,
So I found my Soninké community like this.
great.
So I met Mintu, I met Musa, I met the whole Soninké Abdoulaye at the same time. So we was not introduced to the Wolfo community. I was not introduced to the French-speaking community because
Okay.
I had already a Soninké community for me. So the only thing when I went down to the boutique to buy something, I will learn to say X. I will learn to say small things, and then I will go back. So I was very lucky. It's now as a grown woman where I have my own society, I'm introducing the Senegalese society, the Wolfo, the other ethnicities, and talking with them. So it's first now in 2023.
Okay. So now you're French and Wolof is even better, I guess.
I'm very bad at Wolof. I can a couple of words and understand a little bit, but my French is much better.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Great. So we could have done it in French.
Yeah, good. No. It's not that good.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, so what is it like being Soninké in Dakar?
I haven't really thought and think about it like this. I just think I saw myself as an African and not as much as an ethnic. But it was nice because there's a lot of Soninké in Dakar and I could speak the language and communicate with them. But for me, it was nice to meet everyone else, the Fule, the Wolofo, and talk and get to know to each other. So for me, I liked when everybody is together.
Great.
Yeah, but it was nice to be a Soninké in Senegal.
Great.
Yeah.
So I said that you're the co-founder of Sarita Co-working.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What is Sarita?
For me.
What is it?
Yeah.
For the people who don't know
It's a
about
co-working space in Senegal
it.
where we have offices downstairs, and then we have a co-working space, open rooms, and we have a cafeteria, and you can come there and study and work.
What were the challenges of entrepreneurship in? I mean, in general, it's difficult.
It's
In
difficult.
Africa, it's a bit more.
It is because the time is not respected.
Okay.
The work is not respected. If you call them to come and do something, you will see them after 3 days and they will come with every excuse.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was not respected. The prices, they were not respected. You will get this price and they will make it double. So it was very, very hard for me, Mintu and Musa, especially Mintu and Musa, because I was in Denmark and working for 1 year before I came and they were making Sarita. It was difficult because there was no serious. They were not serious, a lot of them.
Okay.
Not serious.
Do you see? I mean, you've been there for quite some. Is the situation being a little bit better? No.
Still today.
No. I tried at least. I tried to say something good about you. I'm sorry. I tried.
It's like the time is not respected.
Okay.
And I hear it from a lot of entrepreneurs who are saying the same thing. You're saying you're coming to do this and this and this. And I see you the next day with an excuse. Like, it's not respected at all. So it's just time and money. So if you find the right people, of course there are good people who can respect that, but it's very few. And I'm just afraid if it's the mentality of the work that they're making it very tranquil and laid back. I don't know if it's something which is in our community, in our society. Because if I see in Denmark, for example, if you say you come and do something in a co-working space, they will come 30 minutes before the time.
Okay.
They will respect the price. But there, in a lot of places, it can be difficult.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's Danish because you guys are probably very strict. In France, it's a mix. Let's say
mix.
because most of people are quite correct, but it's a mix. And in Africa, I know about the challenges.
It's very challenging, and it takes longer time to do things. Also, when my husband, he have a lot of things to do and a couple of businesses, I can hear him like saying, "Oh, it's not okay. He's losing my money, my time." And I feel sorry for him because I know that he's here now, but he have businesses and he have to trust people to do them. But it's like they need people to say what to do. It's not that they can think themselves, some of the people who are working in that industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. So we've talked about your childhood, about your relationship to Africa, and Senegal, your new home.
My new home.
Now let's talk a little bit about the Soninké culture.
Yeah. Yes.
So we talked a little bit about at the beginning, but I would like
Mm,
to know um, um, how your parents,
mm,
I mean, transmitted the culture to you,
mm,
on a
mm,
daily. I mean, as you said, at home it was
mm.
Soninké.
Yeah.
You were
Mm,
watching shows
mm,
in Soninké.
mm,
You went back to Africa.
mm.
So first of
Yeah.
all, how was that? How were they able to transmit you the culture?
They made it something which they made me feel proud of being who I am. They didn't start by saying you are from, slavery or stories start by slavery. No, they told me we were a civilization, a very powerful one. We were very, very big. We were the one who was leading a big empire, the Soninke Empire in Ouagadougou. Everything. They made me feel proud who I am as a Soninke. And then they introduced me to Gandhi Faduga. They introduced me to all the hero Jawara. Yeah,
Exactly.
they,
Yeah.
they told me those stories to both me and my sister and brother. So we could feel proud. Because a lot of time, a lot of our diaspora, they maybe don't know who we are
Exactly.
and how powerful our background is. And we should feel very proud who we are. Soninke, Fule, everyone, you should feel proud
Don't say
because
Fule. No, 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 no. Not Fule.
Soninke,
No, not Fule. Not just Soninke.
Soninke,
Okay.
we should be very, very, very proud of where we come from.
Yeah.
If we go and read about our story on Google, on EI, take a book, you will see the empire of Wakadu, who we are and where we come from.
Great.
A lot of us don't know that. So as a child, I began to be interested in following where I'm from. Because if you don't know where you're from, you cannot know where you're going.
Exactly.
You cannot. And now I have a child, a 5 month baby, and I want her to be proud because she's born in Denmark. She's like Danish.
Okay.
So I want her to know you are Soninke. Both your parents are Soninke, and you should be proud who you are and try to make it better for our society. Because still today, we have issues and we also have things to be proud of.
Exactly. As you
Hmm.
said, we have a lot of
Culture.
issues,
Hmm.
but there are a lot of things to be proud of.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
knowing the history
Hmm.
is very important.
Yeah.
Very important,
Yeah.
mostly for us who live abroad,
Yeah.
because we don't live in, let's say, I mean, I'm talking about the Sonic, but it's for all African
Mm.
people, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
So you need to know your story
Hmm.
in order to be proud of you.
Yeah.
And it's not only about an empire,
Mm-mm.
okay? Whether, I mean, here we have an empire, so
Mm.
Alhamdulillah, we're
Mm.
very proud of it.
Mm.
But what you need to know, whether
Mm.
you come from an
Mm.
empire or not,
Mm.
you need to know who you are,
Mm.
and you need to be proud
Mm.
of who you are. Because
Exactly.
what I always say
Mm.
is that even if my grandfather, if let's say there is no empire,
Mm.
I only know the
Mm.
story of my grandfather,
Mm.
who was just a farmer
Mm.
in our village.
Mm.
That's enough for me
Yeah.
to be proud of,
Yeah, of course.
So
Yeah.
that's very, very important
When
to
I
know who
say
you are.
empire, I mean
Mm,
the farmers. I
mhm.
mean people who make the shoes. I mean people who are soldiers. Like
Exactly.
it's the Soninke society, a civilization we
Mm,
were living in.
mm.
And we should be very proud who we are. And this is why I say empire,
I know.
because empire
Mm,
is, we did not start from nothing. We are
mhm,
something and we always been
mhm.
that. So this is why.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I
Mm.
totally understand
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So on a daily basis,
Yeah.
how is your Soninkaru felt? What is it? What are the values, let's say, of your Soninkaru that you embrace on your
Mm. Mm.
everyday life?
Everyday life, yeah. I think it's
Hmm.
the family values of spending time together
Hmm.
and speaking about politics and speaking about our grand parents. And really our clothes also.
Hmm.
Now it's very popular to get married to have Soninke the clothing on.
Exactly.
10 years back, 15 years back, no, it was the white dress. It's still the white
Yeah,
dress,
still,
but
yeah.
I seen they have the second dress of the whole Soninke outfit, the hair, the gold, everything. It's like the young people, they are proud of showing who they are when they're getting married.
Hmm.
It was not that for 15 years ago when my mom showed me all the marriages videos. I was sitting and watching for hours.
Hmm.
It's like the youth is getting to know who they are and where they're from. Even if they cannot speak, even they speak, they're proud. And they're showing it the way they look. And I'm very proud of that. And I'm seeing it daily basis. Mm-hmm.
And so there is this pride, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
Another point at you is that even if they don't speak Soninké,
Mm-hmm.
but they have to.
You have to.
They have to.
We want you to speak Soninké.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry, we didn't speak Soninké a lot today.
Yeah,
But I mean,
Yeah.
it's easier, to be honest with you, to speak English, and I think the audience, for all the audience also,
Yeah.
and a lot of English speaking Soninké.
Yeah.
So, and we have the subtitles, so don't worry.
Don't worry, no.
So what is next for Marietu, your child? Because you, as you said, transmission is something very important to you.
Yeah.
Legacy is very important to you.
Yeah.
What are you going to do for her to
For Mintu?
yeah.
Yeah, for Mintu, I really want to speak the language, and I really want to make her feel like that she don't have to choose to be Danish or Soninke. She should be proud of both she have, but especially the African she have, the African part of her, of being a Soninke. Learn the language, learn where you come from. When you get older, go back and help where you can help. This is very important for me, that she goes back and building a life also in Africa and not only in Europe. Because for me, the future is definitely in Africa. Have you seen the development we have right now? It's crazy. Like our leaders, everything. The youth is beginning to want more young leaders. And it makes me proud. So for me, for her to be proud of her roots and go back and try to make a difference where she can. Her mom chose to do it in therapy, psychologist. If she chooses to do it in another way, I would be very proud. But it's very important for me for her to speak the language and understand the culture she's from. Yeah.
Before we end
Yeah.
this conversation,
Already.
do you have a message you would like to share to
the youth?
to the youth, to Soninké people, to whoever you want?
Yeah. Do you want me to look at you or directly on the
Look
camera?
at the camera. You can look at the camera.
Yeah, for me, it's very important to be yourself and be very proud of yourself. The Soninke culture is very rich, and you have a lot of story, and you should know where you come from, and you should speak the language so you can take it back to your children, because we don't want Soninke language to disappear in a few years. So just be you, and it's also important for you to think about yourself and go and get help if you need help. There's nothing wrong with going to a therapy or to a psychology and talking with them about what you're going through, because it takes a village. You cannot stand alone. And the Soninke have always been a village and are still today. So yeah.
Thank you very
You're
much,
welcome.
Dado, for
Thank
this
you for having me.
message. Thank you very much for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
So you're here on holiday, but you
Yeah.
took the time to be here with us.
Mhm.
Donc, merci à toutes et à
Yeah.
tous d'avoir écouté ce nouvel épisode du Nawari Podcast.
Yeah.
Donc, c'est le premier épisode de l'année. Donc, on espère que ça vous a plu. Et on vous dit à très très bientôt pour de nouveaux épisodes.
And thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Dado.
Mohammed, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.